out the sponsored products, Ham's Homemade Cookies. Buy the damn cookies. And we got Ball U Academy, of course, as you see, always in the Ball U gear. Baby Blue, it's all about you. Let's go. Without further ado, let's get to Big Shot, best point guard in the nation. Holla at the folks, man.
You know what it is. It's Friday fun with 94 Feet of Life. Today, we talking Valentine. Shout out to all the couples out there. If you don't have a boo, you rock it with us. So you still getting love either way. Remember, SCEN, all capital letters, is the Facebook fan page. Scene, SCEN, no E, _ THE is the Twitter. THE.SCEN, again, no E, is the Instagram. Shout out to the Twitch gang. We just been on Twitch a couple weeks getting that figured out. THE _ SCEN. Without further ado, man, I got MJ, or you can call him today, Kiki Vanderway. Shout out Kiki Vanderway. Hold tight, Kiki. We got our main man, Jay Ham. We got Germ. Shout out to our man Trav, who's on the road traveling with the baby to the volleyball tournament. Shout out to Trav and Coach Les, of course, somewhere lurking. Fellas, we want to show the love today. It's Valentine's Day weekend as we taping this. Talk about some love, man. Let's talk with a few quick rapid fires. What are you loving about the season so far? Jay Ham, I'm gonna start with you.
The buckets. A lot of buckets. A lot of 120, 130s. A lot of 30. Handful of dudes averaging 30 right now. You know, a couple dudes really a couple of handful of dudes averaging 25. I like that. I'm cool with that for the entertainment value that we got to start.
Jern, we know you are sometimes a little bit aggravated, a little bit edgy, but even you in this hoop season have found some things to love. What's some things that jumped out at you earlier that you loving about this year?
I love the overreactions. This is so fun to see y'all overreact about everything. Oh, they don't do this well. Oh, they don't do this well. Oh, it's going to be okay. Hey, man, I'm happy to see the overreactions because you know what that tells me? It tells me that somebody's doing something right. And somebody's team is just going to get beat. And somebody's team at the end of the day, in the words of Jay Ham, is still going to be slow. It's going to all make sense in about 6 weeks. It's going to be okay.
We're going to come back to Germ. We're going to do some matchmaking. You know, it wouldn't be Valentine's if we didn't do some matchmaking. So matchmaker Germ, a.k.a. Chuck Willery, a.k.a., you know what I'm saying, the dating game is going to be back on. He gonna be matching some folks up. Let me swing this over to Dipset, Kiki Vanderway. He scored like Kiki Vanderway in them summer leagues, too. He clear. It's my main man, MJ. MJ, what you loving about the season so far?
The professional competitiveness. Even though teams are not all healthy, even though their roster may not make the most sense, you still got to check up. Still got to come to play. Shouts out to the Detroit Pistons for, beating like some of the top teams in the league with, guys that are injured, with a roster that is still trying to be figured out, with trades being made. They showing up, putting their hard hat and lunch pail on, and they going to work. I love it. You can't just go to a city no more and think you just going to walk away with that W. You can't just go there, go to Hooters, drink 5 beers, and then show up and win by 12. Nah, you got to come to play.
Absolutely. And when I'm loving about this, I'm going to stay with MJ and Jay Ham. Jeremy jump back in. You talked about Jay Ham. You talked about the buckets. MJ, you talked about the competitive. And I want to start with what I'm loving. And that's out there in the Bay. Wardell, Stephen Curry. All the slander, all the nonsense from this summer. And y'all are all paying the price for this. So I love the fact that you all are getting dealt with for your insubordination over this past summer. MJ or Ham talk about him. I don't even want to say the rebirth because he never left, but this start that Steph Curry is on, to 26 games, 130 trade ball. That's a season's worth of threes in 26 games. What, fellas? Let's talk about that for a second.
I'll let you start, JM.
Hey man, I actually been looking over dude numbers. I was doing so prior to us jumping on here. Y'all remember back in what was that 15 when I did the breakdown of just in him in general versus the other all-time great shooters? And I'm
Right.
like, yo,
Yeah.
he's killing up by a landslide because he's doing this with the volume. Well, the volume is still ignorant and he's still highly efficient. Let's just say this dude, his career is like he's at 40s. He's a 48% from the field shooter, 43, I think, from three, 90 from the line for a career. Since that time when I did that breakdown, he's made 1,400 threes. In 6 years, 1,400 threes. I'm gonna say the rest. Matter of fact, John, book us for like Wednesday. I'm gonna give you the whole breakdown on this shit Wednesday. I'm passing it.
Hey, you have it. Bonus episode. MJ,
Why not?
you obviously are a keen admirer of shooters,
Yes.
scoring. From what you see as a guy who trains kids, just watches the game, I don't want to say it's anything different, but it just feels different right now with what he's doing.
Right. It's the psychology of it. He actually has taken a skill in the game and brought psychological fear amongst his opponents. If you think about, we're going to stop at 2011. Dirk Nowitzki won a title. From 2012 to 2021, in the finals, three guys was always represented in there: Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James. And either one of those guys won a title all but 1 year. Well, it was the 6'3" light-skinned dude who was terrorizing y'all. And the reason why he was terrorizing y'all is because he put in the work. Put in the work physically, he put in the work on his body, he put in the work on his craft. But here's the scary part about it. Y'all didn't show him everything he could possibly see now. So you're boxing one thing, he's seen it already. When the lab figured it out. Now what you gonna do? It's a beautiful thing to watch for me because this is giving hope to people who haven't won the genetic lottery. This is giving hope to, my hoopers who want to have a kid. They don't feel like they got to go get a 6'4" Jamaican track star to be able to produce an NBA player.
Right.
Nah, the magic is in the work. The magic is in the work. And shout out to Roger Rose, who was on our show, who made that statement. I will never forget it. The magic is in the work. And Steph put that work in. He deserves to be considered on GOAT status.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Not only the threes, but just some of the arrogance of his offense now. We always talk about arrogant Aaron Rodgers in football. Steph is doing arrogant stuff now. Like he throwing up no-look finger rolls off the glass. We talked about Davis and Steph coming out this season, and it is
we said it was going to happen.
It's absolutely Davison. So Draymond Green, you can help him out, shoot the ball more than twice a game, I'm saying, anytime you want to. Now, MJ talked about the magic of the work, so we're going to go to the magic of matchmaking. Valentine's Day. A lot of people out there looking for love, looking for a partner, or looking for a new partner, depending on your situation. So our main man, Germ, is now going to transition from real estate agent to matchmaker. Take it away, Germ. In this holiday season, who can we matchmake and make a happy couple?
This is the most ghetto Roger Lodge you will ever see.
Hey, listen, let me just say something real quick. Y'all started, like, what kind of frequency is we on? Is y'all in my head or something? Because today's matchmakers are featured with the Golden State Warriors.
Of course. Why not?
Oh my gosh.
Why
This
not?
is so great, guys. Let's matchmake. Now, with that being said, for all my kids out there, let's get it in. Now, with that being said, I mean, let's start at the top. We know that Andrew Wiggins, who is on his pretty much his rookie max contract, he's going to be expiring soon.
Yes.
So, what the beautiful thing about an expiring contract is, there is always a buyer for an expiring contract. But there is also one other thing that's good about this. He has actually played decent. We can actually say that Mr. Andrew Winthrop Wiggins, the first, because he ain't got the second yet.
Your top selection from Blind GM.
Yep, your wing. That's your wing.
Yeah, I know that's my wing. And ironically, my wing is
That
on the
you
move
traded.
again.
That you traded.
Yo, so
Go check out the Blind GM show for that inside joke. Go check out the whole series,
Oh, my
y'all.
God.
This is not a
Dude.
shameless plug because they brought it
this
up.
is funny. This is so
Go check
funny.
it out.
This is so funny. So I found a match potentially, right? But this match potentially that I found is a match that it's not necessarily a match made in heaven, but it's a match made in understanding that we both need some things here, and the things that we need here in Golden State, opposed to the things that we needed for this other team that I'm matching them with, they actually are parallel. So we're gonna match them with the Pelicans. Now, what does Golden State need? They could use another shooter, but they could also use a backup point guard because their second unit has been atrocious, especially with ball movement. When Draymond or Steph leave the court, there is a significant drop in the offensive production. So the two things that we have here is we got JJ Redick and we got Lonzo Ball. The Pelicans have made it clear that they don't want to extend Lonzo. They could have been extended him. Insert Lonzo Ball into this second unit. He becomes a de facto third option or second point guard. When you come off the bench, first guy off the bench. Now he comes off the bench and gives you another guy who can grab the ball off the backboard and rebound. And now we got Steph and JJ Redick running up the court on the wings. Draymond crashing, pick and roll. Y'all get the drift. So we got JJ Redick, Lonzo Ball. Now, how do we make this work? Because together they will be making around 24 to 25 million. Now, here's something beautiful about this. The beautiful part is the Pelicans are one of 4 teams that are under the salary cap. So, with that being said, why not add Redick and Lonzo Ball for Andrew Wiggins outright? Now, if you say, oh, we need a first round pick, that could work because we can get you a first round pick or I can give you a couple second round picks. Don't make a difference. We have the assets. But if you say, hey, man, I want to get rid of some of these other players that I got. Well, you got Nico Melli. You can get rid of him. He'll be a good de facto player for Golden State second unit. First of all, it gives them another guy with some adequate size, and they need a little bit more size besides obviously what they have. And then you also have Willie Hernandez, who is a stretch big, who also gives you another 6'11" player that you can run the dribble handoffs with and everything else like that. So if we want to make this interesting, we can do Willie Hernandez, Nico Melli, Lonzo Ball, JJ Redick for Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Looney, Brad Wanamaker, and a first-round pick.
I feel like the proud drunk uncle at the reunion when you just graduated high school. I'm so proud of you. My boy is growing up.
Let's say I like it.
That's beautiful.
I like it on both sides.
Yeah, I don't really have any qualms with that.
The only thing I will say is that you were wrong at. This is where you gotta tell them, hey, look at what snapper. This is where you're wrong at. You were wrong with starting JJ Redick. You should start Lonzo Ball because in that offense you get another passer. Mm-hmm. You get another guy who can actually extend the floor and shoot the corner three. But most importantly, you get an adequate defender that complements Steph. The one thing that people keep forgetting what Steph missed the most about Klay Thompson was not just his shooting and playmaking.
Mm-hmm.
He was guarding the better guard. Lonzo can do that for you.
Absolutely.
But other than that,
we're gonna Jeremy, I'm gonna get you to the next pairing, but we on a future show we're gonna have to talk about Lonzo. Lonzo's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's worth it. It's worth it.
I get that some things he doesn't do great, but I don't understand why he's getting bounced around like this early.
Lonzo is like Arby's. No, for real. Everybody keeps shitting on Arby's. Arby's actually isn't bad, just depends on what you order. If you actually look at Arby's for what they are, hey, if you look at Arby's for what they are and not what they aren't, you will find that Arby's is a pretty good option.
Hey, curly fries are always quality.
They fire. The curly fries are fire. Like it's a couple of things.
Hey, hey man, and the milkshake is always quality too.
Listen, hey, have you ever had one of those cookies freshly baked? Listen, there's some things there at Arby's that can.
Hey, if anybody out there got a plug with Arby's on the sponsorship,
they sure need it because nobody eat that except for obviously us. We fuck with it.
And I only go when I got coupons.
Oh yeah. Can't pay full price.
Y'all have the food, you know what I'm saying? But I rock with y'all.
Germ, who's our second couple?
So I stuck with Golden State, but I said, hey, let's make an even simpler deal.
Okay.
So what does Golden State need right now? They could use another big. And there's a team that's hoarding bigs right now currently. They just got them sitting there. And it's a clean team that's right down the street. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers, baby.
Yeah.
So why not bring back JaVale McGee?
I like JaVale.
For the Golden State Warriors, I love him. He's going to come in. He's going to play his minutes. Everybody know him. Everybody love him. And it's easy. Trade him for Kevin Looney straight up. They make around the same amount. Kevin gets to go to a team in which he will become an actual 4, which is probably what he's more accustomed to playing anyway. And that helps him in his further development. The Cavs get a younger guy that they can use for asset purposes, and Golden State gets a big that they can use for this coming season and maybe the next season if they would like. Pair those together, get yourself a good, decent deal.
If I'm Cleveland, I wouldn't want Kevin Looney. In fact, I would want one of those veteran wings or one of those wings that have been showing promise to be able to take minutes off of Isaac Okoro. So maybe that guy Anderson.
Well, they already got Tyrion Prince, who's taking the minutes off of him now.
Well, he plays like stretch 4-ish.
He been playing 3, but you know the reason why he been playing 3 because they actually been playing Drummond and Allen together.
Really?
Yes, they play Drummond and Allen together, and then they'll play Okoro or they'll play Tyrion Prince, and then they'll play the 2 guards together. So pretty much it's a 2 guard, 2 center, 1 forward type of a thing that they've been playing.
Just mix them in. Okay.
Yeah, they just mixing them in right there.
Cleveland said, "Damn, out there we competing."
Hey, and look, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. Listen,
Drummond,
believe it or not, Drummond and Allen on the floor together, they've been actually playing pretty well, especially when Drummond is in the screen and roll. If he gets the ball at the top of the key, problem with him is he like to get the ball and try to go coast to coast, and that ain't what the thing needs to be. We need to just pass the ball, get it to Garland, because Garland has shown that he can do a lot of things. I mean, they did to get their ass kicked the other night when they was playing Joker, but it was all right. They was playing the Joker, cuz.
Here's the quick question. When was the last time a big had a shoe contract, had his own signature shoe?
Wasn't it KG?
Center.
Oh no, Dwight Howard.
It was Shaq.
Hey, before you answer that, that's why Andre Drummond is dribbling the damn basketball. Right there.
He dribbling for that shoe contract.
So
hey man, I gotta eat too. What? They giving out $200 million contracts? Shit.
Yo, so with that being said, that was the matchmaking session for me. Like I said, I like the first trade a lot because the numbers add up. It gives every team what they need. The Pelicans are going to have to pay Zion in a couple of years. So you're going to look at that. Brandon Ingram. I mean, obviously you want to keep Brandon Ingram and Zion together. I think you add Wiggins. If you add Wiggins to that, it will be fun because they already play up tempo. Well, what is Wiggins good at? Running and jumping. So that puts his best asset to the test. And there we go. Maybe his scoring spikes a little bit, and maybe they have a little fun, and maybe they become an interesting team to watch. Who knows? But Pelicans, Golden State, if we can make that happen, That is the official sign me up pen.
Now, tune in to some future episodes. We're going to have Blind GM, the trade. MJ's already plotting on us with that. He's already put us through the ringer one time with the draft. So now he's going to put us through the ringer closer to the trade deadline on Blind GM, the trade, which I think is going to be just as awful but fun as Blind GM. So, fellas, let's talk about, we get into some fun. I mean, this show is always fun. Some more fun. We talk about this being love of the game. Shout out to Kevin Love, Bob Love, Darnell Valentine, Denzel Valentine, Jason Hart, Josh.
What about Professor Buddy Love?
Professor
He don't
Buddy.
play.
Professor Buddy Love. We'll throw him in there too, fellas.
He don't even hoop.
Yeah, but I don't know, Buddy. Buddy might have a jumper. But just kind of talk about
the way he was shooting them shots with them women.
He did do that. Did he do that? So whether it was a first love when we first got into the game or a recent love, we just, we free flow this, just raise your hand, I'll point to you or whatever. Players that you loved growing up. And when I say love, I'm not talking about like, oh, I really love Jordan. Nah, let's some other folks that you like, hey, that some underappreciated love. MJ, I'm gonna start with you. MJ, you always good for bringing up somebody.
Oh, you already know. I was in my bag. Damon Stoudemire, rookie year. I talk a lot about Bibby, but Damon Stoudemire was another one that I studied because I just could not understand how this little 5'11" dude kept shooting over all of these 6'6" dudes and making it look easy. And when he dropped Ron Harper, that was it for me. Man, dropped him, looked at him for a second. He should have get Reg Childress his ass. He didn't though. He just hit the three. But yeah, I'm gonna go Damon Stoudemire, and then I'll give you one more of my current guys. My current guy, gotta go with Fred VanVleet. Gotta go with him.
You have been on the love for Fred VanVleet train. Even before the finals, even before he blew up in the finals in 2019. You've been on that.
If Fred VanVleet was stock, I'd be rich right now because I called that one like in 2016. Before people even knew who this dude was. Undrafted, I'm like, hey man, they about to trade DeMar DeRozan for this dude. Y'all need to be paying attention. Like DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, and Fred VanVleet is finishing games. There's no way they're supposed to be doing this. But for some reason, they can't keep this dude off the floor. One of these dudes about to go. I called that. So there you go.
Ham. Past, present, future love a player that you really, really that you love.
From the past, I'm gonna take it back a decade. Talked about him prior to the show. Lafayette Lieber. The homies called him Fat. That was
he was passing that ball to me.
Hey, that was my dog in the 80s. And the crazy part about it is that you were really on to see the Nuggets on TBS back then if they were playing the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you was gonna really see the Nuggets back then. But with him, Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, man, they were hanging like 135, 140 at night in regulation.
When the three ball wasn't even in use like that.
Right. I mean, Fat averaging pretty much a triple-double almost. He getting 9 boards a night at 6'3" in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? He wicked like that. Going up a level, more on the current end, we talked about this dude also as well. Big Shot, you talked about him a while ago. 30. 30 is my guy. Even as I alluded to on the preview, on the promo piece that I got on the Scene fan page, y'all go check that out. Like the page, give all that, give us a follow. This dude, 30 though, I went back and like I said, in the last 6 years, his first 6 years, he made 1,100 threes. His last 6, including the 5 games from last year and the plus 26 games from this year, 1,435 threes, and he's 43%. And he's got 3 championships out of it, a unanimous MVP, and he did stuff that folks said you ain't supposed to be doing. Shout out to Charles Barkley. The future, 12. Headband 12, Dreaded 12, My Killer 12, Bluff City 12. Let him rock.
Hey, let me tell you what I love about Ja Morant and Jay. Because for y'all who don't, who if y'all have seen, we know him off camera and personally, and y'all have seen him post. Ham doesn't get excited by a
No.
lot of things.
No.
Ham is very reserved, even in his praise. It's very reserved. I'll be honest with you. I've known Ham almost 9 years now.
Somewhere in there, right?
This is the first time in 9 years where I could say this is somebody who truly excites.
We got a superstar, Big Shot. We got a superstar. Like
legitimate excitement. So the fact that he's this excited about Ja tells you the love.
I give you a twist too. I give you a twist. The year before when we got Jaren Jackson, I wanted Luka. I would have been the same energy for Luka as it would have been for Ja. Like, yo. And then with Luka, of course, we can take that back to our man G2. He told us about Luka. Luka's what, 15 years old or something like that. So just those cats, but man, it's all guard play over here with me, Chief.
Man, 15 years old worth $4 million like Bow Wow. Go ahead.
Right. Jern, who is the past, present, future player that you love? And I already know one that you really love. We talked about him a couple times. I'm gonna see if you bring him up again.
Oh no. I'm actually gonna shock y'all. I'm gonna start with Andre Miller.
Ooh, I like that one.
I loved Andre Miller's game. It was never rushed. It was always he got to his spots, did whatever he wanted on the court. You had to respect Andre. Present guy, since J Ham took 30, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take he made it hard because he took Steph, because I know I like Steph. Give me no. I ain't gonna take the same one.
He got enough threes for both of us.
Man, hey, no, seriously. Give me Claw only because I just really love like the fact that he manufactures so much of his game and transition from 15 feet to the corner three to this to that. Like I just like the whole development, just the whole development of that player. And then future wise, man, give me my guy, my rookie, LaMelo Ball. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah.
The pizzazz on the court, the swagger he has, the way he pushed the ball, the way he just command. When he get on the court, we all know Melo is on the court.
Yeah.
His impact is felt from the first time he snatch a rebound. It's like, showtime at the Apollo.
Let me say this too, because I only picked two. My present one is Damian Lillard. For what it's worth, Damian Lillard, pretty much with the hand that he has dealt, has done everything that any guard in the NBA has done, not named Steph.
Yeah.
Every time I think this team ain't gonna make a playoffs, they somehow make the playoffs, and the common denominator is 0.
Yeah, he's been a franchise player. Like he is Portland. Period. So I agree with that, fellas. We got about 2 minutes, so we're gonna go some rapid fire on this one. Then we'll just go around the horn. A team that you love. A team, it could be your own. I know Ham, obviously Memphis, Germ, Cleveland, but he don't really affiliate with them folks sometime like that. A team that you love. They didn't have to win a chip. They might even been a bad team. A team that you love.
Give me, I'm gonna give you a couple real fast. Give me the 09 Lakers. I actually like that team. Give me Cleveland from 15 to 17. That was before the Kyrie trade. I actually like some of the pieces that they had, how the roster was constructed. And give me the Warriors in 07 when they beat the Mavs.
We believe.
With Diddy at the helm.
Yeah.
Give me them folk. Them folks was gritty. I liked them.
Give me 2004 Pistons.
Yeah.
Good fight. Give me I got 3. Showtime Lakers, just cause that was The very first 50-win team here in Memphis. That was like, cause that was like James Posey, you know what I'm saying, Ren, Jason Williams, Bonzi,
And what?
with
Yeah.
Hubie, you know what I'm saying, with Hubie as the coach, playing a 10-man rotation. I take them, and in all of my years of watching hoops, I've never had more fun than watching the Golden State Warrior dynasty that we watched for the last 5 years up until recently. You know, that was fun.
That's an easy one to pick because that was just beautiful basketball being played,
It
man.
was almost flawless at nights, man, for real. A lot of
Let me
nights.
pick for Trav too. The San Antonio Spurs. Go ahead.
Any Spurs team, pick one. Any Spurs team since Duncan was there.
Except 2011. He don't want to talk about that one.
He don't.
He ain't here to defend himself.
Yeah. All right. So we don't want to end on too much of a sad note, but with love, there comes some heartbreaks sometimes. A game, team, or player that crushed you, broke your heart. I'll give you mine. The first game that I ever watched that made me cry, like boo-hoo cried, 1989 Final Four, when Michigan beat Illinois in the national semifinal. A near 12-year-old Ron, boo-hoo, watching that game. That was the first hoops heartbreak I can remember.
I got two of them. 98 Utah Utes beating the Arizona Wildcats. And then 2001, Jay Ham's team got one against my team. National championship game. I mean, I knew they was too much, but I was rooting my heart out for them. I'm like, I know it's too much though. I'm like, this team is like perfect. I seldom call a team perfect. That team was perfectly structured.
We're gonna have to do a show about that team in particular too, because they had some special stuff about them. You know, I like that squad. For me, I got two as well. Goddamn Nick Van Exel. It wasn't even heartbreaking. That was just like torturous and funny in the early 90s. I mean, Nick Van Exel, he owned the pyramid at that time. You know, he was the proprietor and owner. Now he just went on and sold it to Bass Pro. That's the biggest Bass Pro shop going, like that building itself. And the goddamn Mario Chalmers. He really took the air. I saw the air leave out the entire city, and somebody just come with a bag and just snatch that away and just take it away. That was like, yo, but it was funny to me. I laughed.
So the first time that I felt like I was bleeding in my chest, it was definitely 2008, the Lakers and Celtics series. When I realized that the Lakers was never going to be able to hold a lead because they was never going to be able to stop Kevin Garnett, that's when it came to my realization that it's going to be a short one, y'all, and it could get emotional. So honestly, that was one. And man, I had one moment that I hate Dwayne Wade. Just one moment in his entire career. That was the time in transition, he had the ball. He dribbled around the entire Cavs team and dunked on Anderson Varejao. And
I remember that.
When he did that wasn't even the part that made me mad. What made me mad was when the man did the cabbage patch. I said, who the do he think he is?
It's a few moments he did the Cavs dirty. When he threw in Pavlovic's legs and then threw a oop to Shaq.
It was.
Ooh,
but I'm saying that moment right there where he dunked on Varejao and did the cabbage patch on that main like that, I was like, yo, dog, that's disrespectful. I had to swing on dude or something. Trip Duke or something.
Yo, yeah, I think I saw that dunk live too. I think
LeBron.
I did too.
I think like Jermaine O'Neal blocked LeBron's shot on the one end, and then D Wade took it, and what you talked about happened. He like stepped over Varejao, did the cabbage. Oh yeah.
And then the man said, "That's how you do it."
Yeah, he sure did. Harvard. And I'm gonna speak for Trav on for him. It gets no worse than the Ray Allen shot in the corner.
Ray.
Way
Ray.
better.
Trav in the car like this. Oh God.
Hey, make one free throw or grab one rebound. That's all you got to do.
Man, what?
So that's the Valentine's Day edition, y'all. Run this back throughout the weekend, next week. And speaking of next week, we are now taking over Mondays. That's right. 94 Feet of Life will now be on Mondays, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, 5:30 p.m. if you're on the West Coast. We're going to have weekend reviews, what's going on in the league. We might have some special guests. Fingers crossed on that. So make sure you tuned in, man. THE_CEN if you on Twitch. SCEN_THE if you on Twitter. The.SCEN on Instagram. SCEN, all capitals, is the Facebook fan page. And of course, if you're watching this, subscribe, notifications on. We will still be here on Fridays, but now we add Mondays to the menu. Big Shot, Germ, Ham, MJ, Trav will be back with us next week. This is 94 Feet of Life, basketball for the people, by the people. We out.